Media Center. Hello, everyone. My name is Shane German, the music director here, and I'm thrilled to welcome back to WYCE Studio X, Marcus King. 23-year-old guitar phenom and innovative songwriter, Marcus King can simultaneously switch from swaggering psychedelic southern rock to supersonic soul, quickly establishing himself as one of the most unique voices of his generation. The son of a famed blues musician, Marvin King, Marcus started learning the guitar at a very young age and started playing professionally when he was 11. The Marcus King Band formed in Greenville, South Carolina in 2013, and in just 6 short years have released 3 critically acclaimed albums, played hundreds of sold-out shows and festivals, and have shared the stage with the likes of Chris Stapleton, Tedeschi Trucks Band, Widespread Panic, and Warren Haynes. And they've been named Rolling Stone magazine's an artist that you need to know. On January 17th, Marcus King takes center stage with his debut solo album titled El Dorado, which will be out on Fantasy Records and was produced by Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys. Marcus King headlines the Intersection tonight with doors at 7 p.m. Please welcome back to WYCE Studio X, our old friend, Marcus King.
All right.
California to the heavens above, I can still feel love growing stronger. Over the rainbow, I know that you know. Whenever you cross my mind, the sun's gonna shine. Sweet Mariana, sometimes without warning, I can hear you in the wind coming back to me again and again. I know that you know. Whenever you cross my mind, the sun's gonna shine. Sweet Mariana, never forget you. From the moment I met you, you knew how to get to my heart. From the moment I met you, you knew how to get to my heart.
Marcus King live at WYCE Studio X. Welcome back to Grand Rapids, Marcus.
It's good to be back.
Thank you so much for coming in today. You are on a pretty extensive winter tour, gearing up for your debut solo record that's coming out in January called El Dorado. How's the tour going so far?
Man, it's been good. We've been staying real busy, and most of the markets have been showing us a lot of love and just really making us feel good.
You're originally from Greenville, South Carolina. We talked about this before we went live. We both have a South Carolina connection. Your dad was a very well-known and prolific blues player himself, and you grew up around music and started playing at a very young age. Talk to me about your upbringing down there in South Carolina.
Man, you know, I had a good go of it musically as a kid. My grandfather was a musician, and he taught his sons to play, and my father plays his whole life. He still plays quite frequently, and I grew up around it, And this is the first guitar that I have a memory of. And when I moved to Nashville, I bought a 1980 Eldorado Cadillac, and that became like a kind of a reoccurring theme of moving there, because I went to that town to kind of find what I was looking for, and then they brought this guitar back to me, which I thought had gone missing, you know, because who they gave it to, I didn't know if I'd ever see it again, and it turned back up. They gave it back to me as a housewarming gift. So this guitar and that story really can kind of sum up what my childhood was like. And this is an Epiphone Eldorado, by the way. So it's kind of this recurring theme. That's why I named the record Eldorado, and why it held so much meaning to me. It's not just about a car, but about a theme and an idea. And my childhood was really kind of the same, just always kind of striving for that dream.
Well, there's certainly a common thread in your music. I mean, you are rather young. You're 23 years old, but you have such a history, a knowledge of history and blues music and guitar playing, and you really tip your hat to those that came before you, and it really does show in the musical output that you do. You were such a big fan of Warren Haynes of the Allman Brothers Band that I read that you snuck into a venue once and tried to give him a demo when you were like 15 years old. Is that true?
Yeah, I was sneaking in to kind of get it to anybody that would listen, and I didn't get it to anybody. The venue manager wanted to throw me in the jail there in Asheville. And he's become kind of a friend now, I guess. He runs the Orange Peel in Asheville, North Carolina. But they blacklisted me. They didn't want me to come back, you know. But I'm glad to say that that's all behind us.
Absolutely. And Warren Haynes has gone on to be a big champion of yours, and certainly an idol. How does it feel to have someone that you've respected so much finally come around to your music?
Oh, man, you know, people that you look up to, you know, sometimes it could be a little different than what you expect. And, you know, through that Warren connection, I've been introduced to many good friends and people that I still look up to, like Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi, are two people that come to mind when I think of people that I look up to and that I respect and that I love.
And now Dan Auerbach worked on your last record, Carolina Confessions, and was it through that, working with him on that song, on that album, that led you to work together on the new album, El Dorado?
Yeah, so I was doing Carolina Confessions with Dave Cobb producing and with my band. And Dan and I wrote a song together with Pat McLaughlin, and we really just had such a great time writing together, and it just was such a good chemistry thing. You know, we decided to keep the ball rolling, and with this solo album, you know, it felt like the right thing to do.
And you're working with some, you know, a who's who of musicians on this album. You've got people like Gene Chrisman, Bobby Wood. They're known as the American Sound Studio Band. They've worked with, you know, they've done Dusty Springfield's Son of a Preacher Man, Elvis Presley's Suspicious Minds, worked with Bobby Womack, Joe Tex. You've got who's who playing behind you on this album. Did you feel more comfortable kind of stepping out as Marcus King and on this go-around without the Marcus King Band moniker?
Well, they definitely made me feel really comfortable doing so. That's like you said it, man, it's one of the most killer bands, and they helped us really carry this thing on, man. It was a beautiful experience to work with them.
Well, Nashville is now your home. What's your favorite thing about Music City? What do you like about it?
Man, it's such an electric place. You can really feel the energy, the buzz of that place. It's just got this thing that's unlike anywhere I've ever been. You can feel the livelihood of that town. And it's just such a good vibe, man. Great local scene and a great international scene. It's a beautiful place.
And you recently made your Grand Ole Opry debut, is that right?
I sure did, man, and that was a beautiful moment for me. That was one that carried a lot of weight.
That's got to be a dream come true.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Grand Ole Opry, you can't get better than that.
Yeah, right, man.
You do the Marcus King Band Family Reunion Festival. You did it this year in North Carolina. You had Jason Isbell, Amanda Shires, Yonder Mountain String Band, among many others. Any plans to do that festival again next year?
Oh, yeah, man, entirely. It's going to be an annual thing for us.
Great. Any? Do you have a wish list of people you'd like to see up on that stage?
Oh, man, it's a long list.
Mhm,
I
I
don't
bet
know how
it
much
is.
time we have. But, you know, we like to curate that festival with musicians that are close to us, people that we really love and admire, that we look up to, and that we see as family out here on the road, you know.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what goes into the that portion of it, putting together the bands and all.
Well, Marcus King is live here in Studio X. You can catch him tonight at the Intersection. Doors are at 7 o'clock. The new album, which is produced by Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys, will be Marcus King's first solo record. Comes out January 17th on Fantasy Records. We've got the single in our library now called The Well, so we do look forward to the full album. Can we hear another song, Marcus?
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
It's a song called Beautiful Stranger. Beautiful stranger, you come here quite often. I don't know your name, but I know what you drink. You got a secret, but it's one you can't keep. Oh, beautiful stranger, you're an angel to me. So if you're feeling lonely, come sit next to me. We'll find a slow song to dance to. Strangers no longer will be. Beautiful stranger, so lovely tonight. Could that be my future? That I see in your eyes. Take me to heaven and do as you please, baby. Oh, beautiful stranger, you're like an angel to me. You're like an angel to me.
Marcus King headlines the Intersection tonight. Doors are at 7 o'clock. The new album, El Dorado, comes out January 17th on Fantasy Records. Marcus, good luck with the tour. Good luck with the album. Thanks so much for taking some time to come in and visit us today.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. And we'll leave you with the brand new single off the new album, The Well, with Lorraine, live in studio. Thank you.